so beautiful out here. Weather feels lovely. It should probably be cooler though. Yeah, I better take another drink actually. Better take a drink real fast. What's on your mind today? What's up, man? Not much. Just, I feel a lot of stress from day to day, if you didn't know that about me. I have a lot of stress. Have a drink of this. There we go. All right. So we got our umbrella with us this time because it looks like it's gonna rain. I don't know if it will, but if it does, I don't want to be rained on. Whew. A lot of deer out. They were in our backyard. There we go. It's week 6 of that walking guy. Yep. Okay, so we better stretch. My right knee doesn't feel right. But I don't know, I don't want to miss my walk. All right, trash man today. I think the trash man picks up all the trash today. Shall we grab the last dumpster? Let's grab the last dumpster. As a stressed person, it's easy to see that you're a stressed person. Yeah. I'm a bit of a worrywart. I worry about everything. Everything's always on my mind. Always planning. Let's see. Nothing really in that dumpster. It's fine. Although I could probably put some card trash in there if I wanted to. I'm just going to go for my walk today. Mr. the type of guy to say, ah, after a sip of water. Perhaps, yeah. All right. So we might disconnect here. I notice when we get out of the range of the Wi-Fi router, that's usually where we disconnect. Ready to work out a bit. Gonna walk carefully so we don't mess our knee up. My knee, our knee. Look at that house, that looks so sweet. I don't think anyone's living there yet. That looks so nice. 4th of July coming up. Man, I want to have some company over for 4th of July. I need to have some friends out here hang out with. I was accidentally watching you in 0.75 speed. You sounded so sad. 0.75 speed, that's funny. Yeah, I'm a bit stressed. I feel physically much more fit than when I started 6 weeks ago. Talk to people around the lake. Your birthday's in 2 days. Happy birthday, man. All right, here we are. Up we go. Up the road. I ate a dinner, so my stomach's all full right now. Shouldn't have done that. Your knee? I thought it was your foot. My foot's feeling better. Yeah. Today it is my knee. I take it back. It's hot out here. 70 degrees and muggy. Felt nice when I wasn't working out though. Almost there. All right, here we are. Very nice. Whew. Big hill. Walking in the morning on an empty stomach, as long as you haven't eaten, can burn the most amount of fat. Oh, cool. Well, I just ate. Maybe I do empty stomach next time. I think I heard about that. It's because when your stomach's empty, your body's more likely to burn fat, right? Because it's not going to be using sugar. Little deer looking at us. Deer's always looking at us. Buy a harness for Kitty. Dude, my cat would love that. But the problem is, I don't think she would stay in the pouch. She would love that though. Dude, what if I had like a cat backpack, put her in the backpack, and then took her for a big long walk every day? She would overheat though, I think. She's a long-haired cat, and my back would generate so much heat. Wow, that is such a beautiful view, man. It looks so good right now for some reason. It's the lighting. The lighting feels like a painting. Wow, so beautiful. You know, we could go swimming in that if we wanted. I could just jump right in at this point. That's the weather out here now. So it'd probably be a little chilly, but I think I'd adjust. Yeah, we got the right temperature for going swimming now. We got our noodles. We bought some swimming noodles. So I'm gonna jump in the lake and have some fun, man. Walking keeps your body frail using glycogen as compared to weight training, and instead digs into your body's fat cells. Cool, man. Mister, are you selling your alternative Gengar slab? How's it going, Edward? So those are slabs where I paid full price for them. Let's say I paid $400 for the Gengar. And so what I'll need to sell the Gengar at is about $600. So that's the problem, because you're going to look at the price online and say, well, I want to have 400 like you. So that Gengar is for a slab break, right? So the slab breaks are marked up at a certain percentage, and then they're sold off as slab breaks. Now, don't forget, I lose a lot of money in PayPal fees to those breaks. So, for example, the Charizard is 262 spots, right? Well, if it's a PayPal fee of about 50 cents per spot, that's 50 times, well, that's 0.5 times 260. It's actually a pretty decent chunk of money at that point. I don't know, that works out to $50. So you pay these little PayPal fees when you do those breaks. But also, you know, I'm just trying to make a profit that's similar to if I only sold boosters. So that's a big part of it. So that's a problem. If you wanted to buy the Gengar at 600, I'd sell them to you at 600. I just don't think you would. So I don't even bother pricing them. I'm at work. Go, go. Have a good day. Mister wants a dog, but doesn't know it yet. I'm going to level with you. I do not like dogs. I don't really like cats either. So some people are cat people, some people are dog people. I'm a no animals, no pets kind of person. I don't like either. That's because they all shit in your home. They all break stuff in your home. They puke everywhere. The dogs go do something loud and obnoxious. I really, really like having no pets. With the cats we currently have, all of the cat chores belong to my wife. I don't do a single cat chore. So I made that real clear to her when we got them. I'm like, I'm not touching those cats. I'm not doing a single chore for them. So she knows that, and we still got them because she wanted them. She wants a dog too, and it'd be the same way. I'd be like, I'm not doing the dog at all. It's weird because animals really like me. Anytime I'm around a dog, the dog just gravitates toward me. The cats like me better than my wife. One of the cats likes me way better than my wife. Like, she will fight my wife off to be near me. And then the other cat that used to like my wife better likes me better now. So it's a weird thing because I don't do anything for them. I don't do their litter. I don't give them food. And that's how it was when we had dogs too. 11 brothers and sisters, right? For some weird reason, the dogs liked me better. I didn't like the dogs though, so it was just how it worked out. It's weird. Maybe the animals can detect my I do not care personality, and maybe it puts them at ease or something. I'm not sure. But dogs have always liked me, but I don't like dogs. But a second ago, you wanted a cat backpack. Oh, I just think it would be funny to see the cats outside. But notice that I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So you can talk to me about, hey, what ifs and what if we did this and that. I'm never going to do it. There will be no cat backpack, and I will not be carrying the cat outside. So it's fun to talk about. It's very easy to talk about. You see, I come off like a normal person when I talk happily about animals. But, you know, the real me would probably eat the cat. So I'm as likely to eat the cat as I am to love it. So that's how I am on the inside. I would eat the cat and I would eat the dog. I see them as a yummy roast, delicious roast. But I have no feelings about the pets at all. That's not true for humans. I like humans a lot. So I like humans quite a bit. So it's not like a I hate everybody kind of thing. You know how some people are like, some people, they hate humans, but they love animals. I'm like the other way around. I cannot stand animals, but I really like people a lot better. People are intelligent. They have striking conversations. They know how to flush a toilet and wipe their own bums most of the time. Right? Animals are the opposite of that. They just shit everywhere. They piss and they puke everywhere. You know, they like mark their territory. So I can't stand them. They're just like crazy, man. Having a pet is like having a perpetual toddler in your home. And so I'm not a pet kind of person. I hate pets. You can have a pet, but for me, it's just an unnecessary chore. And I don't really need the comforting of a pet. Pets have never made me feel more comfortable. Or like, oh, I got emotional needs met by my pet. No, I don't feel any of that. So it doesn't help me. I can only have my emotional needs met by another human. So that's it. Because humans are equal to me. They're like similar to me. They think like I do. And they feel like I do. But a pet, they might as well be a chicken or a hog. They're like a smaller life form. And I just see them as something I can eat. And I'm often very hungry. So I have a great hunger all the time. Which is why I have to work out now, because I'm out of shape. Because I eat too much. Yum, roast. This is BS. Where's the cat pack? Mr. must love the local Chinese food. I do. I actually love Asian cooking. I love Asian cooking. It's the superior cooking. I'm not Chinese and I'm not Japanese, but I'm saying they have the better food. They do, hands down. Yeah, I like the flavor of soy sauce a lot. Soy sauce, miso, shrimp paste, fish sauce, and all the other weird things like MSG and whatever, black bean paste. I love those flavors. Can't get enough of it. Oyster sauce, mirin, dashi, all this stuff. Whew. Superior Asian cooking. Italian, Mexican, whatever American is, whatever German and European is, all rank beneath Asian for me. I'd eat Asian cooking every day. Those Japanese, man, they live to like 80. You ever seen their meals? They got great meals. Pretty salty. They like salty food. But you ever see them? They got like rice, steamed vegetables, mushrooms. And then they got like this really high quality cut of meat. They don't cover it in a ton of sauces. They just let the real flavor of the meat come out with a bit of salt. That's it. Love it. Love it. I like how a lot of their food's raw too. That's so appetizing. You like Filipino food? Yeah. So my grandmother is full Filipino. My dad is half Filipino, and they would invite dad's side of the family over, and everyone would cook this huge Filipino feast. So I had all the foods. The adobe chicken, right? Adobo chicken, chicken adobo. Adobe. That's the name of that software company. I haven't had chicken adobo the way my dad used to cook it ever since I left home. I thought I knew how to cook it. But I would try to cook it sometimes, and it just doesn't seem like the flavor's right. It doesn't seem to have that same flavor. I don't know what he did. Ooh, that trash can smells. I think he did a trick with it. I have a suspicion that what he did was he would cook the soy sauce. Yeah, so there was like soy sauce and a ton of other seasonings in there. And I think what he did is he reduced the soy sauce down into almost like a burnt kind of sauce in the pan. And he would almost burn the chicken. So the chicken would be like, obviously it's like chicken thigh, right? And he would almost burn that. And the soy sauce would have like a burnt flavor to it. And I don't think I've ever mimicked that properly. I don't know how he did it. Looking back on it, I don't know how he did it. So my grandma and my dad know how to cook it, and I don't. The chain has been broken. Should ask him for a recipe of it. Mr. One's Chinese cat. I make my own fried rice. We ate a lot of fried rice in my family. We ate fried rice like a couple times a week. That's because we ate rice every day of the week. My brother's wife is Filipino, and they have banquet types of parties. The food is bomb. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. They have they definitely have sort of like an island food thing going on with like fish. They love fish. They love shrimp paste. But also, it's got like a lot of just like Asian influence to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, my dad had all these crazy weird seasonings he taught me about growing up. And I used them later in life, right? So, but nobody else really knew about them until the internet. My dad was like, these guys don't know to shop for this. All right, here we go. The big hill. Whew. Slow walking now. This is the huge hill. He made a reduction of the soy sauce. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I think he basically nearly burned it. And I think that burned flavor is a significant part of the adobe chicken. Like, let me try and remember it. So adobe chicken's got a few distinct flavors in it. Obviously, there's a lot of garlic. I remember there being a lot of soy sauce. And then there was, pretty sure there was a hot, spicy pepper in it, but I don't think it was jalapeno. It was some other thing. It was like a red long pepper. And then sugar, lime, and I believe fish sauce. All those things went in. And he would like burn the chicken. I think he would burn it. And then he would put like onion, and then whatever he wanted to eat it with, like rice noodle he would put the adobe chicken on top of the rice noodle. Ooh wee, this hill, man. Yeah, it was some kind of thin red pepper, real spicy. But there was a lot of sugar. There was a little bit of lime. And there was a lot of oil. Pretty sure he put some kind of oil in there. It was either, I don't remember. It was either peanut oil. I think it was peanut oil. I'm remembering this because we're talking about it. But it might have been, what do they call that stuff? A different kind of oil that I really like to cook with. Poppy seed? No. What is it called? They use it in a lot of Indian cooking, a type of oil. So he would put a special oil in there. Oh, man. Oh, he would do weird things, man. He would like mix octopus in. He'd be like, you gotta have the octopus. And the octopus would give off a flavor. It was always distinctly fishy. Sesame oil, thank you, not poppy seed. Like, well, we're gonna get high over here on poppy seed? No, it was sesame seed. So I can't remember, but I think a part of his recipe that I've never mimicked is he distinctly used peanut oil. But I don't know, I haven't had adobe chicken that tastes like his adobe chicken in a long time. His stuff tastes like right out of a restaurant. So obviously it was very salty and oily and yummy. But it just had this distinct fishy flavor to it. So I know he was putting something in there, like fermented baby shrimp, or shrimp paste, shrimp oil, something weird. And it would be like a burned chicken with like this island flavor and some sugar. And it was spicy, but it wasn't bad spicy. It's really good. I haven't had it in a long time. I've tried to make it in the past. I feel like all I make is soy sauce chicken. So mine comes off tasting like soy sauce chicken. More like teriyaki, if anything. Whew. All right, man. He had a whole cabinet. I bet you, looking back on it, I bet you he had MSG in the cabinet. That's a seasoning I've never used. Not because I don't want to, I just never bothered buying it. Yeah. Woo. All right, man. But what I remember about him is he would actually put a lot of soy sauce in the pan. When the fire started, the chicken would be covered in the liquid. And then he would put the lid on top of it, right? So it wasn't like fried. It wasn't like steam fried. I mean, pan fried. It was like he was steaming it. So he would put the lid on, but then he would put the heat on high, and he would just let it overcook almost. Like the bottom of the chicken would be a dark brown, almost a black. He's like, oh, good. You know what I mean? And although now we know, apparently burnt food is a carcinogen. So, but he didn't care about that stuff, and we didn't know about that stuff in the past. And yeah, so he would take that chicken. And then the second thing, if he didn't eat that chicken with just like rice and green beans, he would take that chicken, tear it to pieces, right? And then he would make pancit. So pancit is the rice noodle that they like to make in the Philippines, I guess. I don't know. Grandma always made pancit. Dad always made pancit. And it had a lot of carrots and celery, I think. What did it have in it? It had a lot of lime in it. There was a lot of lime. And so it was almost like you'd bite into it. The pancit was a bit sour, but the chicken was sweet and spicy. And they would put the fish sauce right on the table. In case it wasn't fishy enough for you, you would just pour fish sauce on top of the noodle. They're like, you need more salt? You need more fish? So that was pancit and adobe chicken. And that was probably the most common Filipino dish that they would actually make. They'd make that all the time. And my dad would just make it occasionally because he felt like having it. Didn't have to be like a party. He was just making regular, like dinner. Mister, he might have used black garlic. Yeah. Well, one thing that he taught me was burning garlic. So he knew about taking foods and burning them. So one thing he taught me was you can take garlic and jalapeno peppers and put them in oil and then just burn them. And then you can like blend that or crush them, and it turns into a certain flavor that you don't get from regular garlic. The burnt flavor gives off a distinct, aroma. And people actually like that flavor, the flavor of burnt. So I already knew about those kind of things coming out of my home. We all had to learn to cook. He also liked to do things with pepper. He liked to take pepper. Sometimes he would make like a beef pepper dish, and he would take this coarsely ground pepper, and there would just be too much of it, and he would pour it all over the beef. But it worked somehow. Like you wouldn't need a lot of beef. You have a little bit of beef, a large serving of vegetable, and a large serving of rice. And because the beef was so peppery, you didn't want to put large pieces of beef in your mouth because it would not taste right. So you just eat a little bit of it, and it was like surprisingly flavorful, and you could just eat your vegetables and rice. You didn't need a lot of meat. You just couldn't eat a lot of meat. It was too spicy. It was too peppery. Just got to boil the chicken in wasabi. Yeah, he was all fanatical about that stuff too. So I already knew about the whole. So American wasabi is just horseradish. He was all fanatical about getting authentic wasabi from Japan. So he would try to import it. Now, yeah, remember, this was back in the 90s. He was interested in this stuff. My dad was really into like Asian culture and all that. And nobody really talked about it because there were no TV shows for it. There were no internet websites for it. He was just fascinated by that stuff at that time. And so as a kid, I got to try authentic wasabi because he imported it from Japan. And we made sushi at home when I was a kid and had that good wasabi. That was all a real long time ago. He had the little grating dish, right, where you grate the wasabi in a circle pattern. Yeah, we had all that. He worked really hard on all that. That's pretty cool, says What the Pack. Yeah, as an adult now, I've never made proper sushi. Like where you sit down, you trim all the ingredients, you work with raw fish. Never done that. But I've made like sort of ramen. I would take like big sheets of roasted, salted seaweed, and I'd put the sticky rice in there. And then I'd have something easy, like a crab stick or like scrambled egg, and I'd toss that in too and roll it up. So good. I haven't done that in a while, by the way. No Asian stores out here. I'd have to ship it all in. And lately, I don't do a lot of cooking at all. Lately, all my time is spent streaming. I used to cook a lot before I got this job. I don't cook at all now that I have the job. That's because every free hour I have should be spent on the Pokemon cards to optimize my profitability. But unfortunately, my wife, she came from a different kind of family. You know, I spend a lot of time around them. They're very nice, by the way. They're very nice people. But holy hell, did they not eat. They're all skinny too. So here I am fat, working the fat off, judging them for not having the yummy tasting food. Meanwhile, they're all skinny. Right, but their food, let me say something, it was pretty bad. The dad would take like Tostita or tortilla, whatever the chips are, Tostitas, I think, arrange them on a plate, sprinkle some Kraft Mexican cheese on top of it, heat that up in a microwave, and then he'd just eat that, and that was his meal for the day. I don't know. He's super thin. He doesn't have an ounce of fat on him. That's his whole meal. And when I went over there and started cooking for them, and I showed my wife garlic and I started chopping, and she's like, what is that? I'm like, this is garlic. She's like, oh my God. Because she'd never seen that her whole life. Her parents have never cooked with garlic. She's in her 20s, never cooked with garlic. Never seen it before. And her whole family had never done that. Never cooked with garlic. So her mom hates cooking. She just doesn't like it. And then her dad believes women do the cooking. So he doesn't learn either. So, you know, the mom would make a dish like ground beef with beans and tomatoes in it. And the beans and the tomatoes come right out of a can, and she does not season it at all. There's just no seasoning. They'll put like garlic salt on the table, and that's it. There's no seasoning that went into the food, but you can add garlic salt from the table. And that's like a meal. And I was like, holy Jesus, dude. So I cooked them a Thanksgiving meal for the first time, and it was like, whoa. But, you know, they don't value food that much, and it's fast to judge them. But remember, now what was that? Remember, they're all in shape. Something definitely in the, sound like a snake or something small. They're all in shape, and I'm fat. So in the end, who really wins? You know what I mean? They're gonna outlive me. Their mom's so strong and healthy, it's wild. She probably eats like a horse. She probably eat a whole, like a carrot and a cucumber, and that's it. You know what I mean? A tomato and maybe some beef with no seasoning on it. She is like herself, a wild animal. She's 65. She's 65 running uphill. And I'm over here huffing and puffing, man. So I can't judge them on their lifestyle. You know, I heard my dad had a heart surgery for a bad heart. And although my grandma and grandpa have not had that, right? But my grandma and grandpa have a lifestyle too. So for them, they live in a little farmhouse in Kansas City on like 60 acres of land. And they're in their 80s now. And I couldn't believe this. When I was a kid, what I remembered about grandma and grandpa's house was how suffocatingly hot it was inside of their home in the summertime. And there's a reason for that. They don't have an air conditioner. And so when I visited them last year, I thought, surely my grandma and grandpa, if they are not dead, because I didn't know if they were dead or not, if they are not dead, they surely have an air conditioner in the year 2023. Nope. 80 years old, no air conditioner. You go into their home and it's 100-degree weather in Missouri, and they're just like, this is fine. And they're both very thin, and I guarantee you, no TV, no air conditioning, and plenty of activity. That's what they're doing. My grandpa's active, my grandma's active, no air conditioning, so they sweat. All extra calories get sweat off in the summertime. So you forget about, we got these modern conveniences like air conditioning, and they remove us from the wild. We're not like these animals up over here, because those animals spend their whole day outside. And the outdoors is really rugged. The sun, the elements. If you ever spend a lot of time outdoor one day out of the blue, you feel it. You feel all the wear and tear from being exposed to the elements. So they're just living that way all the time. And wow, they're still kicking it, and no heart surgery for them. So my dad had the heart surgery, no heart surgery for his parents. Skinny people can be unhealthy. That's true. Nutrition is important. That's true. Twitch rate. Dang, that's wild. Did you walk to their house? No. Mr. Sweating is genetic. It doesn't necessarily convert into calorie burn. Well, you know what I'm saying, man. Normally, if you are sweating, your body is attempting to cool you down, and that burns calories, right? But I didn't walk to their house. They live out in Kansas City, kind of in an area that was really undeveloped when I was a kid. You see, I ran away from home when I was 17, and I visited my grandparents for the first time last year at the age of 34 or whatever it was, 33. And I didn't even know if they were alive. I don't talk to any aunts or uncles. So I just popped up at their home completely randomly. And there they were. They were there. They were there, and they were still alive. I think my grandma said my grandpa was 86. So I hope to live that long. But see, I've told you guys this before. I want to live to at least 72. That's the average age in America, is 72. So if I don't make it to 72, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed off. Hey, everyone, keep the good exercise. Thank you, Emmett. How about you guys? Have you guys started exercising at all? Are you taking walks? I know the very first day I started, a number of people in our group started taking walks. Are you guys still walking? Got to walk every day, okay? That's what really works, because it all adds up over time. So you got to go walking every day in order for it to have a benefit, right? Every day, 1 hour, let's say 400 calories every time. Well, you do that for 30 days. What's 30 times 400? That's like 12,000 calories. That's 1 pound of fat. So you got to do it every day, right? I think, did I do that math right? I probably did the math wrong. Probably doing something wrong. But it's about the residual effect of it from walking every day, rather than just walking randomly on occasion, you know what I mean? I've been packing up my house for 2 weeks. Nice. Completed at least 20,000 a day, and I'm now eating breakfast. 20,000 steps? I'm just aiming for 1 hour walk. I don't even think maybe I could fit 2 hours in of walking, but I think 1 hour is going to be my regular amount, because I like how it pushes me but doesn't take over my schedule. So I have no excuse. I should always be able to complete this. Whew. All right. Walking. I heard John got in a car crash. Oof. John, who does the shipping, apparently he hit a deer. Sent him a text message. He didn't respond. He's probably asleep. I don't know when he sleeps. He should be asleep right now, though, you know. So he shouldn't be driving out at night, though. I think I probably told him that. That's how I am. So I told you guys I worry a lot. And I tell John, listen, I probably told him, look out for those deer, especially at night. Probably said something like, I don't drive at night. I'm sure I said that to him, because I probably share everything with whoever I'm talking to. I tell people I don't drive. I keep my car at home and I stay at home. I like it when people drive to me. The risk is on you. All right, here we are. We are now going uphill. Oh no, yesterday? So apparently he hit a deer. He's not dead or anything. Probably gonna need a car repair. I think he has insurance though. You know, it's crazy. I was asking him a bunch of questions and he revealed to me his insurance had run out. And he's like, well, I can't really buy insurance at the moment. I told him, look, I'm gonna just send you money right now and you're gonna go buy insurance immediately with that money. And I told him over and over, I said, you're one car crash away from being financially ruined. That's what I told him. I told him that like 10 times. I said, you're one car crash away from being ruined financially. So I loaned him about $1,500, and surely that's enough for insurance. So he should be fine, assuming he bought it. I didn't ask for like a receipt or anything, but I assume he bought it. He told me he bought it. So the timing could not be better. And train wreck narrowly avoided. Train wreck narrowly avoided. He should be able to make a claim on his insurance to get it fixed. Yeah, smart. Have you thought about opening more storefront? Storefront. What storefront? Stormfront? What are you talking about? Whew. So, yeah, Mr. John. I was told he was streaming while he was driving. I would have told him that's a terrible idea. I'd have told him you should have your eyes on the road because you're gonna strike a deer at night. That's exactly. If I was driving at night, and I do drive at night, by the way, I drive quite a bit when I have to. But I've driven out here on occasion, and I avoid it when I can. But sometimes you can't avoid it, especially in the winter because winter's dark. But dude, I drive with a laser focus because I've hit a deer before. Hit a deer when I was working for Coca-Cola. Now I was lucky. All the deer did was smash my hood. The car itself worked fine. So I got real lucky with that one. But it was actually my lightning speed reflex that saved the day when I was gonna hit that deer. So I always have a sort of anxiety about losing my car in a crash because it's such an expensive asset and you need it, right? So when that deer jumped in front of me, I got about half a second to slam on the brake, and luckily I did. Would have been much worse crash if I hadn't. And now I drive out here, and I don't let anything distract me because I am scared to death it's going to happen again, and it just might happen again. Even for all your focus, no matter how hard you focus, you might still hit a deer because deer are just really stupid somehow. They would jump in front of you from like an inch away. I don't get it. But there's also the areas where it's most dangerous, you know, like where there's bushes and stuff. And then you can't. Oh, a car coming. I've hit like 3 deer on the way to work, yeah. Well, you should, if you pay attention to the trucks out here, a lot of them have those big guardrails in the front in order to ram into a deer. And I think those guys just drive with no fear. They're like, if I hit a deer, it's gonna explode. I've hit 2 deer in one night. It was a work truck. Oh my God, it's funny, man. Yeah, there's a lot of deer out here. You can see them in this neighborhood all over the place. It's because this area is more wild, a lot more wilderness. You see dead deer on the highway all the time, on the shoulder of the highway. That's got to be a crazy crash. 60 mile an hour, slam into a deer. What's that like? You know what I mean? So I pay close attention when I drive out here because I'm mortified of that. You can die in a deer crash. And we just got our little vehicle. And you know what I don't feel like doing? Insurance. I don't feel like filing out in my insurance. I don't feel like taking my car in for a repair. I don't feel like doing tows. I've done my share of car tows. I hate them. And so I just drive like I'm scared out of my mind because I just want to go home. I want to go home. I want to kick my feet up, my air-conditioned couch, and relax. So I hate driving. I hate driving at night when the deer are out. One day, maybe I'll have one of those trucks with the guardrails, and I'll just drive like nothing matters. But for now, that's not the case. And I'm not interested in buying a truck right now. It's not high on my list. Right now, I want to buy stocks, product, and things related to my work. Have you ever had deer? Yes, I've eaten deer. I've had deer steak, I've had ground deer, and I've had deer jerky. All of those. That I see anyway, all in different cars too. Not many deer where I live. They're everywhere here, man. All right, wow, we made it down the steep hill. This is just a gorgeous view. Look at this, everybody. Do you see this? Look at those cliffs, man. So pretty. If the water's deep enough there, you might be able to jump off them. I wouldn't do that. You got to die on a rock underneath the water. If there was some way to detect how deep the water was, I guess. You know how many people get injured jumping off cliffs? I've done it before when I was younger. I jumped off a cliff in the Merrimack Springs. I don't think I'd do it as an adult. Too fat anyways. I'll probably sink right down. Are your neighbors nice? Sure, yeah. Well, anyone in this neighborhood is going to be very nice. Yeah, so it's just the climate. Think of the climate out here. Everybody in these homes are living in the desirable homes to live in. Everyone here has either got a second-tier lake house where you can see the lake from your hill, from your second floor, or they've got a literal lake house, and the atmosphere is very chill. Like on these hot summer days, you got people sitting on their back porch just watching the water and boats go by. You got people taking their boats out with family. You got people swimming in the water. Yeah, this is like a vacation town. And so everyone's in a great mood. You see a lot of good attitudes out here. And, you know, if you're living out here, I think there's even a little bit of a feeling like, hey, we got something special here and we know it. You know what I mean? So there's a sort of, hey, you made it in, so did I. You know what I mean? I would say that's somewhat true. But there's also a bit of privacy. Some people are private. You know, some people are here for the peace and quiet. But overall, I'd say it's really, really welcoming. Deer backstrap. Where is it? What's up, mister? Hello, says Thundering Child. Thundering Child? How you doing, Thundering Child? Whew. Not feeling suicidal, right? Look at this. Beautiful, man. Oh, I gotta sneeze, man. This neighbor's dog looks like they got a German Shepherd. I don't think he wants to talk to me, the doggy. You're not suicidal anymore? I'm so happy for you, man. Good job. Now my nose is all runny. Shoot. Sounds wonderful. You and your wife got a house in a fantastic area. There's one downside. There's no food options out here. We are about to start trying meal delivery plans. You ever heard of those? Like you can have the food shipped to your home. So we're hoping to try those out soon. See if we enjoy that. Because right now we just basically have Walmart. Which, you know, Walmart's Walmart. But it's like there's not much food variety out here. There really isn't. There's no Indian. There's no Asian. Two of the restaurants we like, right? I love Asian. And there's just no Asian out here. I would say also there's not a lot of fried chicken options even, which is kind of sad. But yeah, we're probably gonna try shipping food out here, see what happens. Maybe it'll solve our need for food, because neither of us likes to cook. Oh, look, that flower blossomed. We were watching that. Look at that. What is today, by the way? Wednesday morning? Yeah, Wednesday morning. People are out here on a Wednesday morning. It's nice out here. And Karis is talking about maybe scheduling a week of vacation in the month of July, since July's the hottest month, and the water out here is going to be like 90 degrees. You know what that feels like when it's 90 degrees? You jump into the lake, and it feels like jumping into a nice warm bathtub. Yeah, water gets to 90 degrees. It's crazy. Like right now, if you jumped in the water, it's probably closer to 80, and your body has to adjust slightly because it is chilly when you jump in. But it's still a great feeling. And yeah, we're in the good months right now. This is the months where you can play in the water. Do no daytime stream Sunday and meal prep for the week. Save money and time. Yeah, well, you didn't understand. So part of the problem, average player, is that there's just not a lot of food at the Walmart. It has like a limited supply of food. If you lived back at our old place in St. Charles, there were all these specialty food stores you could go to, and you could explore all kinds of interesting food options. Our Walmart, no. They got like an Asian food aisle with like 4 options in it. Mexican food, Indian food, there's nothing there. You know, it's like Asian food for Walmart. So there's no food variety out here, there really isn't. You can make a beef roast and mashed potatoes, which that's great, but we've eaten that a lot, we're tired of that. So these food delivery programs, they let you pick meals that are a lot more exotic, and they'll get all the ingredients together for you and just ship that over for you. So we're interested in trying that. Maybe it will inspire us to cook some more diverse meals. Closing my eyes and jumping in my bathtub. I feel pretty great today, says Thundering Child. Wow. Well, we are making our walk just like normal. I'm sweating plenty. Jumping in the water actually sounds really nice. Oh my God, look at this bunny. Don't go. You gotta run away. All the animals run away from me. Just got to work, had to hop in stream for a second. Hope everyone has a productive day. I'll be fishing. See you later. Have a nice day at work. Trying to wipe all the sweat off my brow. Very humid out today, by the way. Looks like it had just rained. You can see there's no sunlight. It's very overcast. It's a great feeling. Yeah, really nice feeling. It's a rainy day, so I should sleep really well. So much walking, man. Oh, that's the road over there, huh? Bridgeview Road. I never go down that road. I put my 2-week notice in and start my new job at the end of the month. Can I get a got any free ones? You got any free ones? Nice, man. Is it an upgrade? You getting paid more? Tell us about it. You know, before life really started going my way, I kind of worked my way up in a few jobs. So it's good. It's not just about the money, it's about the progress of your character. You know, you learn more about the world, you meet more people, you get another business experience, another perspective, more challenges, and the pay helps. The increase in pay helps a lot. That's satisfying, isn't it? I'm quitting. I'm getting a better job. You guys suck. All right, here we go. Up the hill. Slowing down a little bit. I'm sweating my balls off, man. Stepping down from a manager role to a non-manager role. Getting paid a lot more to do less. Nice, man. Sounds good. Like an anchor off my neck. Oh, nice, man. Yeah. Being a manager. Oh my God. Being a manager is stressful, isn't it? Being in charge of people. For example, I constantly have to yell at Mike's side. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I'm just sweating so much. So hot out here. I mean, it's only like 70 degrees, but with the humidity, it feels like I can't cool down. This is the hardest part of the walk almost, because you walk uphill at this point, and it's a big hill, and it's the end of the walk, so you're real tired. Why did you leave video games? Well, I liked Pokemon cards better. That's why. I'm in the process of leaving my job as a teacher. I can't take it anymore. Going back to the video game industry. Oh, he was talking to you then, not me. Thought he meant like my YouTube video game channel. Well, I'm just sweating a bucket. This is awful. There we go. We get a little breeze going down my neck. That feels good. I used to live in Poland and worked for CD Projekt Red, but I missed my family. Oh, so you used to work out there as an expatriate from America, and then you wanted to come back home, and now you're a teacher. Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone. Holy. I moved back to Sweden and tried teaching 3D animation. Sweden. I'm the Swede who went up the hill and took all the bananas. You're so selfish. Oh man, this hill's killing me. Ooh, sounds like rain, doesn't it? That wind's coming in. You hear the leaves moving. That's the sound of rain. Oh, it's coming. There's the gust. There's always a gust before the rain starts. How much to fish your dock and trash it with beers and hooks? Well, there's a price for everything. Hooks. Funny, man. Don't send me off, man. I'll start ranting. You don't own the water. I can just leave all my fish hooks where you swim. Oh, thanks. I guess what you want to do with the water is better than what I want to do with the water, so you win. It's all yours, buddy. You could fish the whole fucking lake. You could go anywhere. You got a boat. You got a boat that can travel real far. But please, leave your styrofoam cup that blew out of your stupid boat and your hooks right under the dock where I walk. That seems smart. That's what I would do if I was fishing. I'd go to your dock and leave all my fish hooks there. Right? Yeah, well, there's always these fishing guys who want to call you a Karen for caring about that stuff. Like, you're the Karen. You're the Karen for thinking no one would care if you drive up an inch to their dock and leave a bunch of fish hooks. You know what I mean? But it's not just that. There's a lot of theft out here on the docks, right? So people are just uneasy with boats pulling up alongside their dock because generally you got expensive stuff on your dock. So a guy with the boat can just step out, grab your stuff, toss it in his boat, and then go away with it. I had my tools stolen, didn't I? The other house, there were a bunch of tools in a toolbox that we got when we bought the house. And then one day we went to go look for the tools and they were all gone. Obviously somebody took a boat, drove up to our dock, took all the tools out, and then drove away. So I was like, yeah, maybe we don't want a boat parallel to our dock, basically touching the dock. And maybe we don't want your trash in the water here. Maybe we don't mind the fish being in the water here. because this is a natural habitat we're trying to enjoy. And maybe we just don't want you throwing fish hooks in the water and driving by us while we're swimming. Hey, that water doesn't belong to you. You don't own the water. You think just because you have a lake house that you own the water. So funny listening to somebody in a boat say that to you while they're tossing fish hooks in the water where you swim. You're like, well, yeah, well, you don't own the water, duh. I'm sorry. Let me get out of the way. Here, please, fish. Sorry, what you're doing is more important than what I'm doing. I forgot. You're a Karen. How could you say that? So silly, man. It always strikes me because the guys in the fishing boats could just so easily fish somewhere where they know people aren't swimming and by just driving over to it. But I'm mostly only ever going to swim right in front of my home, right? So I'm going to swim in front of my home like 99% of the time, which is the one place I wouldn't like you to leave your fishing tackle behind, because I don't want to get snagged under dark, murky, deep water when I'm neck deep in the water, get my foot snagged on a hook that's wrapped around a log or some shit, right? Because there's logs all over the place out here. They just go by in the water. So you get some log at the bottom of the lake with the hook snared out of it, and my foot gets hooked on that. How are you supposed to set yourself free? You can't even see in the water. How are you supposed to set yourself free? Just I guess you're just supposed to tear it out of your effing foot. I've done that as a kid, that's the thing. I did that in a river once. When I was fishing with my dad, I did that in a river. Foot got all infected and everything. It was horrifying. So painful. And I never forgot it, obviously. Yeah. Bro, it's not your water, bro. Damn, what kind of tool is this, Horizon? Oh, yeah, so they were just like regular, like things related to boats. It was like, they were like wrenches and screwdrivers and stuff like that. Nothing super valuable. I don't know, because I didn't actually go through them all to see what they all were. But there was just a bunch of tools in the tool chest sitting on the dock. And we came back to it and we're like, what's in here? We opened it back. Well, no, I remember what was going on. We went to our dock and the tool chest was open. We didn't open it. And it's got all these locks and switches on it that keep it shut even when it's windy. But it was open and we walk up to it and it's empty. So somebody unhooked it, opened the lid, right? They had to twist a bunch of locks, and then they opened it up and took all the tools out. So, oops, I'm sorry. That was the umbrella. I almost dropped it. So there are people who pull up to docks, and I'm pretty sure they go dock to dock and they just steal everything off the dock and throw it in their boat. And so, yeah, I'm not interested in having people near my dock. People who don't belong there. You don't own the water. Silliest thing I ever heard. You're just a Karen. All right. You would know exactly how I felt if you had a lake house too. You just don't, so you don't know how I feel. You might be like, yeah, that is kind of rude. Maybe don't do that. Most people that use the word Karen are just followers, I've noticed. Here we are. All right. Well, obviously the word Karen is it's a racist derogatory term, but being racist toward white people is like, that's the zeitgeist of the time. Stupid white people. They're gross. They're colonizers. And they don't season their food well. I hate them. They should all die. White people, they've had their turn. Time for them to shut up. All right, you ready? Ooh. What state are you in? Missouri? I'm from the state of Missouri. Ooh. Docking is gay. Good point. I've got a big dock. Yeah, I do a lot of docking. What about you? Do you dock? Whew. We got our lovely dock over there. Happy with it. Looks like it's covered in dead bugs. we need some kind of power washer, clean it off. Whew. I feel exhausted right now. I don't feel like going anymore. But it's my own fault. I got to keep going. It's my own fault I'm out of shape, so I got to keep going. Those are the things we talk about these days, isn't it? It's a few subjects: immigration, socialism, racism, and sexism, dating, and maybe transsexuality, LGBTQ. Yep, those are the big subjects. Those are the hot button subjects that everybody wants to have a say in. I think this is the way things should be. Blah, 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 blah. Right, ready? Let's do it. I'll tell you the way things should be. Are you ready? Ready to listen? You buy Pokemon cards, you go to sleep, you go to work, you buy Pokemon cards. I don't want to hear it. No more of this nonsense, guys. I don't want to hear it. $20. All right, that's 66. Now, what is that in the water? I gotta see what that is. There's something in the water over there. Is that one of those foam saddles? I kind of want that. Here, wait. I think it is a foam saddle. You think it's disgusting? I just saw it. Some don't smell right over here. Probably a dead fish fell out of the water somewhere. There are deer in our yard. I actually don't like the deer in our yard. You know why? They're gonna get us deer ticks. There's gonna be deer shit everywhere. That is a foam saddle. I knew it. I don't think I can reach it. Ah, man, it looks like a nice one too. Look at the water. The water's all murky. Notice that about the water out here. It gets murky for some reason. The other day I came out and it was perfectly clear and clean. This is definitely murky though. Damn, dude, I wish I had something to catch that with. If I had gotten to it sooner, I might have been able to grab it from the dock. I could probably grab it from that guy's dock, but I don't want to wait for it. That is exactly what I want. I want one of those. Come on, go, mister. I'll just jump in. Oh, man, if I jump into the water, I'm going to get all wet. Is it worth 30 bucks? You know these saddles are expensive for some reason, right? This noodle, $2. That saddle, 30 bucks. I don't know why it works that way, but that is in fact the way it works. Yeah, I'd like to have that. It looks clean too. That's the nicest part. Look at that water movement, actually. Look at that. Moving kind of fast. Yeah, I'll let him have it. Maybe he'll be stuck on this dock. We'll find it when we go swimming. Damn, I should have ran over there. Poked it with the noodle right away. I might have caught it from our deck. It's too late. It already went past it. Now, see, we're walking through the grass. I hope I'm not just getting tick on my feet. I think we need to hire somebody to make a walkway. Looking at my shoes. We need to hire somebody to make a walkway from our yard to our dock where it's all stone. Because, you know, the ticks can't survive. So, like, maybe. All right, wow, Jesus. Bugs everywhere, man. All right, you guys ready for the last round? Here we go. Yeah, those foam saddles are like 30 bucks for some reason. They're so much more comfortable than the noodle too, so I get it. Oh. All right, there we go. That is 100 reps. That is 100 reps. We are done. Had a nice walk with you all without getting into too many controversial subjects, perhaps. And now I'm ready to go in and cool down. I'm gonna cool down. It's gonna rain out here like crazy. I can feel it. So you guys, I'll see you later today, okay? See you later.